They were going yesterday pretty good, but yeah, I think I'm excited to have the fans here. That's always fun, and it's a little more game-like. So excited for our guys to get in front of the fans, and they've been great since we've been here, and hopefully we give them some good plays to watch.
You guys get through yesterday unscathed?
We did. Yep.
Were you pleased with yesterday's effort?
I was. Yeah, absolutely. Today will be a little faster. Just honestly that the effort and enthusiasm of guys out there working to get better. You know, I think that anyone would appreciate that when they watch anybody working their craft is, you know, effort and enthusiasm. So that's what they'll see today.
Jonathan, when Buddha's out on the field, do you notice anything different? Does anything change when he's out there?
Yeah, Three's a really good player. That's what I notice. You know, helps the defense.
You said this before, though, but is he the epitome of that effort and enthusiasm?
Yeah, he is. He is. I mean, he plays the game, in my opinion, how the game should be played. And it's easy to point out to other people that type of effort and enthusiasm when you turn on the tape. And that's how he's always been since the first time I studied him coming out of Washington. So glad we have him.
Do you get like a special kind of, I don't know if joy is the right word, but watching him play just because you were a safety? I believe back in the day.
My safety style is a lot different than his safety style, let me tell you that. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, I cut my teeth coaching the secondary, you know what I mean? You just appreciate good players. And what's cool about it is I think good players come in, you know, all shapes and sizes and different play styles, and it's kind of like when you say, well, who does this guy remind you of, or who's the best guys you've been around, you know, how does he fit into those guys? This guy, he's just a unique player. He's got a unique skill set, and he does some really good things. But there's a couple guys, I don't compare people, but there's a couple guys that have been you know, the cream of the crop that he does remind me of. But yeah, it's a joy to see any of our guys when you turn on a tape play with effort and enthusiasm, and make plays and have fun, and you know, talk a little noise to the other side. It's good to see that.
Can you tell us how comfortable you are in hanging your running game hat on that guy?
100%. After playing him multiple times and the type of player that he is. You know, just with his combination of quickness and power and speed and vision, I'm excited to watch him get behind this O-line and cram the ball, you know, vertical.
With the news of Buddha's contract today, do you feel glad that kind of storyline goes away now?
What storyline, you know, Darren? Yeah, I'm glad that Buddha's out here and he's going to help us win games.
And in your short time working with Buddha, have you been able to sense that effort and enthusiasm that's so obvious is infectious to his teammates?
Yeah, I think that first and foremost, you know, when you turn on a tape, everyone is watching that tape. Who stands out, you know? I think Jeff Rogers said it best in his special teams meeting. You know, he's looking for guys when you turn on a tape. It's like, who is that guy, you know? And obviously everyone knows who number 3 is, but those type of plays show up, you know, pretty consistently on a tape for him. So, yeah, but, you know, it's not just Buddha now. We have to all play like that, you know, if we're going to have a chance to win. So that's what we're trying to get done right now.
Were you pleased with the retention yesterday of the guys?
I was, yeah. God help us. Remember, we line up, you know, play one. We don't know what we're doing. Yeah, I thought it was really good. I thought for the amount of plays that we had, how we decided to structure the installs a little bit different for these guys, and I was actually very pleased. But we got to, you know, keep compounding on that and make sure that when new things go in, we don't, you know, you don't see the errors and the mistakes go up. So really like thereafter. I thought the team meeting last night, I said I like where we're at day one. We got better. That's what we're looking to do.
In non-padded practices, you still have to find a way to get better.
Yeah.
I'm curious, is that almost all mental at this point, or are there physical places you can get better?
Oh, 100%. There's physical places you can get better. I mean, even, I mean, we're fast today, but even when you're not in full pads, like technique, fundamentals, eye discipline, what your body's supposed to do, how you're breathing out there, like that all matters. So you have to train those skills to be a really good player. So every second that we are in meeting rooms, on the grass, practicing in a walkthrough, I mean, they count.
Did the quarterback stand out yesterday?
I think they all did a pretty good job, with how Drew wanted them to operate. I'm looking forward to keep watching those guys play. They all did a good job.
There's so much competition on the O-line. Are you also looking for guys to stand out because that's obviously it's physical, but it's also mental too. Guys to stand out as leaders. I know it's early, but what are you seeing even maybe from young guys like Paris?
Yeah, I mean, he stepped in there yesterday and did a good job. And then I sat in the meeting room with him last night and has some things to clean up, like everybody. You know what I mean? There's some mistakes that are being made that some you get away with, some you don't, But I think just as a continual improvement from each individual and then collectively as a unit. But you really see when you sit in an O-line meeting, I mean, it is another planet. I mean, they literally play a completely different game than everybody else is playing. So you just have an appreciation for what's going on and how fast things are moving and the technique and fundamentals and different calls and the mental part of their game, I think probably goes overlooked at times, and it should not go overlooked because they got a lot going on.
Head coach, is that one thing that was kind of on your list? Like, I got to get in that O-line meeting just to see.
Yeah, I selectively go to certain meetings. I think I'm still kind of figuring out my cadence, in the morning and the afternoon. But I wanted to make sure I was in that room yesterday because of what we had going in today. Yeah, he's, class act. Competitive, even though he gives you guys that big smile and he kind of jokes around and that kind of stuff. When he straps it on and goes in between the white lines, you don't really want to see him. So I'm glad we have him. He's, obviously been a really good player for a long time. And, he's one of our leaders. I would say he sets the tone by he does everything right on a consistent basis with great effort. So it's, it's kind of like what we're talking about with Buddha. It's not hard to watch, to turn on a tape and see the type of effort and enthusiasm that he plays with.
When it comes to rookies, what would you encourage your veterans and even some of your coaches teach them about the road that lies ahead?
Yeah, I think with our rookies is you have to be able to use all the resources available that you can to get better. And, so that's up to them, and we got some vets that look after some guys, but everybody's a little bit different. That some guys like to follow around one guy. Some guys like to kind of pick and choose different spots. You know what I mean? Some guys are to themselves and kind of have it figured out at the point that they are right now, what works for them. So, we facilitate some of that, but a lot of that is trial and error and individualized. So. I know the football character of our rookie class is very, very high. And I think that'll help them in the long run. It'll help our team.
Does sharing mistakes that the veterans made with those young guys help them?
Yeah, that honestly, I think it resonates more when it comes from the players, and they do that. So I'm glad for that.
You have a couple rookies on that defensive line. What do you want to see from that unit that throughout training camp you could say that they're improving?
Yeah, almost every unit is, you want to play with great technique. You don't want to make mental mistakes. You want to play with great effort, and it's a production-based business. So when you get a one-on-one, you got to produce.
How tough is it when you have guys that you just signed, even veterans like Swain or Elfline, for them to get up to speed with
When I broke down the team, that's a great question. When I broke down the team, I thought they did an excellent job because I'm looking up and Swaim's in there, playing, you know what I mean? And Drew had a lot of stuff up by design. It's a challenge to always kind of put it in their verbiage and our verbiage and get lined up, obviously, and know what the calls are being made and all that stuff. But you can tell Jeff played a lot of football because it was like he's been here since we got here, honestly. And then, Caden and Davion did a really good job. I thought they were in there taking reps, and so I was really pleased. And it's a good job by the position coaches to get them caught up, because it wasn't just, hey, here's your 2 meetings, good luck out there, Godspeed. You know what I mean? So they met some extra with them.
What's the biggest adjustment for you going from being in charge of a specific unit to now being in charge of the whole team?
I think honestly, just having a little more awareness of everything that's going on. You know what I mean? So it's like vision here to vision here, And but I think that, defining people's roles around me helps me with that because, I listen to people and they're doing a good job of making sure that I have that type of vision. So I'm excited about that.
Yesterday went 15 minutes. Did they go 5 today?
A little longer because I went a little longer today. I said, I swear we're going to get out of here a little bit earlier, because I got one coach looking at me. I got a player coming in, like I got to get out of here, you know what I mean? So I was a little long-winded this morning, but we'll get covered what we need to get covered.
Coach, anything special procedurally or logistically that you brought over from training camps that you've been in the past?
Yeah, the entire thing. Good. All right. Thank you.